How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Snake Eyes and Timber version number 2. And Snake Eyes that seems to have more of the deco styled after the 00 Snake Eyes. This is the first time I see him with this weapon. Number 52 in the GIJoe classified line. Let's take a look. Let's get him out. Accessory box. Nice little baggie. Figure card. And this is definitely not convenient for repackaging. All right, let's get them out. First impression out of the package, as soon as I got Snake Eyes in hand, was wow, he feels way sturdier than my 00. And that's awesome because that figure is notoriously wobbly. Let's look real quick at a comparison of 00 Snake Eyes and number 52 here. I picked up this Snake Eyes specifically hoping that he would replace my 00 Snake Eyes as my favorite Snake Eyes. Because this guy here, the initial Snake Eyes release, has a super wobbly upper torso. And that's like a notorious complaint with this particular figure. Looking at them side by side, they seem to have pretty much the same uniform elements. The deco here on this brown is better than over here on this gray, which has absolutely no paint applications on it other than that little black square there. Again, I think the brown here just looks better than the gray, but you do have some black paint for the grenades. Same on the side. I don't know, the gray just doesn't look, it looks a little cheap. Same on the belt. It would have been nice to have a little wash to bring out detail in the belt so it doesn't just look like a gray plastic. Down by the legs, I like the change out of the boots. I just felt like it was really hard to stand this guy. I like that change. Really sturdy looking all throughout. And we can segue really quickly right into accessories because the accessories for the most part are identical on these two figures, except for the fact that 52 here doesn't come with a backpack. And he comes with some additional stuff that our friend here doesn't come with. So what they have in common are these karate style hands. They also have in common these ninja star hands. They both also have this Uzi, and I believe it is an Uzi. Forgive me, I'm not an expert on weapons. And I attached the silencer just because I think that look is tough. They also have in common the sheath and this sword here. And this you can just peg right onto the back of Snake Eyes. And a knife, which can go right into this hip sheath right there. And the last item they have in common is this 9mm style weapon. And we can just holster that right here. There is also a space for the silencer where you can store that there. Now, unique items to Snake Eyes and Timber version number 2. This, I don't know if it's a scarf or if it has a specific name, but for the sake of our video, I'll call it a scarf, and it just goes right over him there. I removed the belt with the grenades. Snake Eyes number 52 is loaded with some new weapons for him in the line. He has this grappling shooting weapon. You can also remove this portion. If you have a little bit of string, you can connect it at those two pieces and add that kind of like grapple effect with Snake Eyes holding on at the other side. So that's a nice little touch, man. I thought that was really cool, man. He also comes with 2 additional assault weapons. And I think they look so cool, so distinct, right? And check out what you've got going on here. This one has a removable clip, right? You can insert that again. And you have a backup clip stored on this weapon here for this weapon over here. How cool is that, man? I don't know that I've ever seen that. I must not watch enough SWAT shows and stuff like that. But really cool. All right, let's look at our timbers side by side. Same exact buck for both of them. I have them both featured with the closed mouth, relaxed faces. You can see that both of them have the scar over the left eye, the double scar. It is just painted a different color and it goes across the left side of their nose. And Timber version 2 also comes with the same additional portrait with the snarling face. Let's take a look at articulation. It'll be standard GIJoe stuff, just sturdier this time around with Snake Eyes. So you've got your rotation, you have a ball peg on a hinge, that'll give you some great range. Up and down. At the shoulders, you will get your 90 degrees. You have rotation at the shoulder itself. You have a butterfly joint there that'll give you some good movement. And collapse the gun way in. Very, very cool. Swivel at the bicep. Your double jointed hinge. A sturdier ab crunch this time around. You can get all the way bent forward and way inappropriately, outrageously bent backwards. But you've got the ratchet joint there, so really nice. You've got smooth rotation all the way around there at the waist. At the hips, you have outstanding split, swivel at the thigh, drop down hips, very cool. Your double jointed knee, toe up, great toe down, really good. And your rocker, really nice. All right, nice little dynamic pose there with our new Snake Eyes. Very, very cool. Digging it. Really nice, man. Look at that. Super cool, man. Heck yeah. All right, let's jump into today's theme comparison. And for that, what we're going to do is look at every single Snake Eyes released in GIJoe Classified so far. So let's jump right into that. We'll bring out 00 Snake Eyes, and we'll bring out 02 Snake Eyes. Standing side by side, because essentially they are the same figure with some different paint applications throughout, and they have a different assortment of weapons in each case. I do like the all black, real stealth mode of this particular look. I will say that it was an improvement over what was going on with the ab crunch here on 00. It is not as loose, but it is still notably more loose than the number 52 Snake Eyes. So really cool. This Snake Eyes also comes with the backpack, 00, just different paint colors, and same with the sheaths. We have the all black versus the olive tan and the black. Overall, for the what seems like the primary body they're going with Snake Eyes, it's a great body, and if this is how they're going to be designing it moving forward with really tight, sturdy joints, that's outstanding. And I do like these boots over the other two options that they've given us so far. They're just a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, and give you a better base. My only remaining complaint with this particular body, and actually all of the Snake Eyes figures we've received so far, is that none of them have a forearm cut or swivel. It is just a solid mold from the elbow all the way to the wrist. And that's just disappointing because it is 1 point of articulation less than what we might see in some of the other Joe figs, specifically Storm Shadow, classified number 35. It has swivel here at the uppercut of the gauntlet for the forearm. And you would figure that a ninja would have that kind of awesome articulation. And I just wonder why none of the Snake Eyes that we're going to see today have received the same kind of treatment. Moving on, we will bring in our next two Snake Eyes. I'll bring in Commando Snake Eyes, and this figure came with the gray timber. And I'll bring in number 16, Origins Snake Eyes. Give us a closer look there. Very stealth armory. Very plain. I like the different applications of plastic that make the black reflect light differently. Really nice. And I'll give us a close look at Commando Snake Eyes. This guy is ready for war, no question about it. The only thing on this figure that I don't prefer much is this vest. I just find it to be so bulky and large. But it looks great on him. I just don't prefer it personally. He has a ton of holsters for weapons, and he does come with the gray version of timber. You see that I have him here with the Uzi, with the silencer, and every Snake Eyes that I have here with an Uzi has the suppressor on it. Really, really nice. The Origin Snake Eyes, oh, by the way, doesn't come with any guns. So that I thought was interesting. Commando Snake Eyes doesn't come with a sword. So note on that. Pretty interesting stuff, very cool. And I guess my final little critique would be, if we were to look at the figures side by side, it just seems like this is a Grand Slam knockout ultimate Storm Shadow. Like they really hit a Grand Slam with this. And this is only the second Storm Shadow that we've received in the line so far. Whereas with Snake Eyes, we've gotten 5 figures, and it could be argued that we still haven't gotten that Grand Slam Snake Eyes just yet. This one I think is super close, but it's missing that paint deco punch to really put it over the top. But otherwise, I am really enjoying what's going on with Classified and what's on the horizon for sure. And I'm very excited with my 5 Snake Eyes in my collection so far. So heck yeah, as always, everybody, I have a lot of fun taking time out to share and compare toys and the experience of toy collecting. And I hope you're able to keep coming back and share some experiences too. Until next time, everybody, take care.